know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts.
On Instagram, the R&B singer Trey Songz. He was a guest here.
Ah.
He released a new music video for his song Pick Up the Phone, and you make a cameo appearance, as I understand it. But you say you never authorized him to use your likeness.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you doing there if you didn't want to be in the video?
Well, it was a party.
Oh,
It was a regular party. You know, I was in Miami for New Year's, a lot of friends there, people there. You know, so I just went to hang out, and then it turned into a video.
You didn't know it would be a video?
No, I didn't know.
Did you see cameras?
Yeah, when I started to see cameras, I was like, okay, they filming a video, ain't got nothing to do with me, you know, until they started asking me to be in it.
They did ask you to be in it?
Yeah, more than once.
And you said no?
Yeah, more than once.
Why did you say no?
Because I wasn't in the right mind. I had been drinking and eating, and it wasn't a professional environment. It was not a place where I'm like, I'm in the right mind to decide if this works with my brand, if I like the art. Then said no to the assistant, and then said no to Trey, and then said it again after I, you know, came out the closet.
What did you mean by sexual intimidation?
I mean, just that, sexual intimidation. You know, I mean, like, I feel as a female, often I'm put in situations where sometimes males will use their masculinity, their sexuality to taunt you. You know, I hate to have to bring and say that and make it known, but I mean, look, I ain't the first person that's gone through. People have gone through this all the time, in college, in high school, but these aren't the things that I've experienced. So this was like kind of one of my first major experiences. You know, it would be like you going to a party where the biggest jock is there, and the whole time he's like, you know, you can get screwed, you can get this, you can get that, you know, and you ain't no little girl no more.
Have you heard from Trey since you posted it?
I haven't heard from him directly, no.
Who'd you hear from?
I heard from my manager, you know.
And your manager said what?
The same thing that everybody always says, you know, I didn't know. I didn't know.
So your manager had no knowledge of it?
No, not my manager, saying that, you know, Trey said I didn't know.
Are you planning to take legal action?
Yes, I am. I mean, the video is down now. I feel more so my point isn't to say, it's not just specifically about this person, this guy, and what he did. It's the overall idea that you can't just do stuff to people and it's all right, no matter who you are.
Trey Songz has been accused of being a rapist by former college basketball star Dylan Gonzalez, who said she could not hold it in another year. Dylan made the claim in a tweet early on Friday morning. The basketball player went on Twitter shortly after midnight to make the accusation, writing, "Trey Songz is a rapist. Lord forgive me, I couldn't hold that in another year." She concluded, "See you in 2022. The athlete is not the first person to accuse Trey Songz of violence against women. Earlier in December 2021, a woman named Jahara Jeffries accused Trey Songz of assaulting her at a Miami nightclub on New Year's Day in 2018. Jahara claimed that she met the singer while attending a New Year's Eve party hosted at Diddy's home on Star Island. She claimed to party for 2 hours before heading to another nightclub in Miami with friends. Trey allegedly left Diddy's home at the same time when he was invited to go to the club with Jahara. After leaving the club, the group got back into Trey's vehicle and the singer allegedly took off his shirt, while Jahara began recording him in fear that he would hurt her. The suit says that Trey tried to grab the phone from her and that he instructed his driver to stop the vehicle in order to forcibly remove Jahara from the vehicle when she refused to hand over her phone. The driver then grabbed Jahara and violently pulled her out of the vehicle while Trey Songz pushed her and then threw her onto the street. According to the lawsuit, Trey appeared inebriated and accused Diddy of hosting a party where he was served alcohol to the point of intoxication. After Trey allegedly invited Jahara and her friends to join him at a private table at the club, the lawsuit claims that he sexually violated her as she danced on a couch. Additionally, the suit accused Trey of pulling his hand away when the victim turned around. Also, in November 2021, police confirmed that they were investigating sexual assault allegations against Trey Songz at a Las Vegas Strip hotel. Las Vegas police said that sex crimes detectives received a complaint about an incident involving Trey Songz and actor Tremaine Alden Neverson. The actor was said to be cooperating with the investigation and no arrests have yet been made. In 2018, a woman that has been referred to as only Jane Doe filed a $10 million lawsuit against Trey Songz in which she alleged that he tried to penetrate her with his fingers without her consent or permission at a Miami nightclub. In a tweet about these allegations, Trey said he wanted to shift his focus to good things. You will choose to believe what you want. I've been focusing my energy and time on good things. And I know the devil wants my soul more than ever, Songz wrote. I'm going to keep my head high and push forward. If you holding me down in these moments, I appreciate that. In 2020, socialite Selena Powell and her friend, who was only referred to as Eliza on a podcast, appeared together, and when asked by the host, Eliza stated the nastiest thing that she had ever done was a consensual sexual encounter with a celebrity that urinated on her without her consent and prevented her from leaving his hotel room. Now she's quoted as saying, "I didn't know what was happening. He just did it," Eliza said. And after Selena egged her on, Eliza revealed the man's identity and said, "Trey Songz, I don't give a F him." When the host asked, "How did he surprise pee on you?" Eliza replied that after her and Trey engaged in a consensual sexual act, he followed her into the bathroom and urinated on her without her permission. She's quoted as saying, "And then he literally just peed on me like that. And I was like, what the F? On my eyelashes?" And he's like, "You're fine." Eliza later said, "He already got mad at me for talking about it, but every B I talk to about him says the same ish. And he's psycho, he took my phone and my purse away for a whole day. Held him over the balcony and was like, B, if you try to leave, I'll drop this ish. I kept asking when can I leave? What time is it?" she said, and he just wouldn't answer. He would just effing ignore me. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, "You can leave when I go to my flight." And I was like, "Okay, when is that?" And he would not tell me. Now, Selena Powell also accused Trey Songz of similar accusations as well. Last year, she posted on Twitter saying, "For 2 years now, I tried to block this off, but F it. Let's talk. At Trey Songz, you forced me to do something and threw my phone off the balcony. You refused to let me and another younger girl go. I'm used to being treated like ish." She continued in another tweet and said, "So I didn't know how to handle it, but called the police. You and I live in the same building. You said you'd make it uncomfortable for me to live peacefully. So I dropped the charges. Fast forward now, I went to therapy. I healed. You were actually my favorite singer, to be honest. In one tweet, Selena also said that her encounter with Trey led her to have a rape kit done. She also brought up that the singer has several other women accusing him of sexual encounters without consent. Selena posted a picture of her police report that she filed on the day she claims to have spent with Trey. Trey Songz been paying bees off for doing them foul as F. Continue with your godly adventures though at Trey Songz. Hopefully you gave this girl her check though. She said that in another tweet, and it came along with a screenshot from attorney Lisa Bloom, who is representing other alleged victims that are filing suits against Trey Songz. She called him a violent and abusive man in the email. It's not hard to believe these accusations. Some can say that Selena Powell, that she's questionable, that she's not a reliable source. But her story, as well as her friend Eliza's story, is very similar to the other women that have accused Trey Songz of sexual assault. The entertainment industry is full of these stories. They're similar, unfortunately. But how does someone like a Trey Songz get away with this type of behavior? That's the question that I have. Take, for instance, the latest victim, Jahara. Now, she's the girl accusing Trey of an assault that took place in 2018 on New Year's Day. They had left a party at Diddy's to go to a nightclub in Miami. And after leaving the nightclub, Trey assaults Jahara in the car, and she alleges that the driver grabbed her and threw her onto the street at the request of Trey because she would not give him her phone, which contained recording of him taking off his shirt. She recorded him for fear that he might try to assault her. So she wanted to have proof and deter him from actually going through with whatever he had planned in his little mind. When a person is drunk, they can be aggressive, and I do not blame her for taking those precautions. He must have realized how damaging the footage would be against him, so he wanted her phone, and he wanted it bad. Now, the driver actually throwing her out of the vehicle at Trey's request was just foul. I mean, I know you are a handler, but did he actually know why he was throwing her out the car? Or was this a limo type of vehicle where the window is actually separated from the passengers, from the driver? Is that what type of car it was? Because if so, then maybe he didn't know what was going on in the back of the vehicle. Either way, there was no need for the driver to manhandle Jahara in that way. But that's what handlers do, they enable. He works for Trey, so of course he's an enabler, and he looks at this behavior as part of the job. I was doing what my employer told me to do, no questions asked. Now, Trey Songz makes music that we all love. I mean, he's one of the best male R&B artists ever. Don't get it twisted. He's won all types of awards for his music, and he's sold many, many records and has many accolades. However, none of that excuses his behavior, and he must be held accountable. It's going to be interesting to see how these lawsuits actually play out in court. Will the victims be respected? Will they be given a fair shake, or will the court dismiss their claims? Will Trey Songz's star power play any role in whether or not these women actually have their day in court? Will they ever even be heard, or will these cases be thrown out? Now, let me know what you think about the accusations against Trey Songz. In the comment section below, do you believe that the women that have come forth so far, do you believe their stories are true? Do you think that there are any other victims out there? Usually when victims come forth, you have other people that start coming forth because they see the courage that these accusers have to take the abuser to court. So there might be others that are hiding in the shadows and they have not come forth. They may come forth. The fact that Selena, Eliza, and other women all have similar experiences with Trey Songz, it says a lot. These women all come from different walks of life. Some of them don't even know each other, but their stories seem to be similar. Trey's theme seems to be that he's afraid of being outed. He attempts to keep the girls' purses or their phones so that they're not able to record him. And then he threatens to throw their belongings off a balcony. He tries to hold them hostage so that they can't leave until he gets on a plane. Like, really, what difference would that make? If you get on a plane, honey, they still have you recorded. They still got the tea on you. Now, none of this surprises me. It's just actually sad how managers, label executives, and handlers allow this type of behavior to continue. At some point, these labels have to take accountability and responsibility for their artists. If you see this behavior, you hear the rumors, you see the lawsuits, you need to take action. Get the artist some help. If the label is giving these people millions of dollars and paying someone like a Trey Songz to make all this sensual music, all this content, at some point they must intervene when they see this behavior. Stop turning a blind eye to it. To be honest, if these labels start becoming legally liable for what happens to people as a result of interacting with their artists, I bet they'll hold their behinds accountable. Then, if you start suing these damn labels, see what happens then. I thank you guys for watching this video. Now, if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below and let me know what you think about these accusations. As always, I am looking forward to reading your thoughts, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Until next time, bye.